Hey everyone, Fishtrick here, and today we are going to be ranking each of the mercenaries in TF2 by how easy they are and how fun they are to play for a new player. Now, again, I'm new, so I'm probably going to get a couple of things wrong. Also, this is completely an opinion, so do not take any of this as gospel, and please do not get too angry at me if I put your favorite mercenary low on the tier list. Alright, so we're going to start this with Engineer. I think Engineer for new players isn't great. I personally have a blast playing him, but when I first started, he was just, like when I was right at the very beginning of the journey, I tried to play him. I just couldn't do it very well. And it wasn't super fun until I finally learned how to aim a little bit and some basic-ish mechanics. So for that, I'm gonna put him in C tier. Alright, moving on to Heavy Weapons Guy. Now Heavy, from what I've seen, isn't a great class in general, but he is very simple concept. You push the payload car forward or take whatever it is. You have massive minigun that you rev up and you shoot. He's slow, but he shoots a lot of bullets downrange really quick. He's simple, not necessarily reliable, but it's easy to grasp for a new player. So I'm gonna put Heavy in B tier. Next up we have the Scout. And oh boy, has my opinions of Scout changed as I've encountered more and more double jumping goblins. But that's not what this is about. This isn't about people that are actually good at the game. This is for people like me who really aren't very good at the game and you question whether or not they've held a mouse before. So Scout, being a very quick mover, took me a while to actually manage to control the speed. So that's, I think, difficult for many beginners, not just me. However, he does have a very consistent and reliable options straight from the get-go with the scattergun and the pistol. Good DPS. The speed's really the weird part about him. So I think I'm going to put Scout in B tier. Now here it is. Soldier. King of consistency. You know what you're gonna get. He is the Mario of TF2. Just like how in Super Smash Bros. Mario is the baseline, in Team Fortress 2, Soldier is the baseline. It's easy to use, great to learn the fundamentals in, and I would just say Soldier is the perfect choice for new players such as myself, so I'm going to put him in S tier. Now on to Medic. I'll be honest, I don't really like playing Medic. Not sure if that's a controversial thing, but I really don't like playing him. Every mercenary I have over an hour in, except for Medic, who I only have 30 minutes in. I really do not enjoy playing him as of the way he is right now for me, my skill level with him. Because the only real way to do real damage with him is his melee. And so if you forget to click your third button, you're screwed. Like, the syringe gun's not going to do anything. Like with Soldier, if I'm caught with my pants down, like if I click one, I have a rocket launcher. I can either rocket jump away or blast the guy in front of me into the stratosphere. With Medic, you can't really do that. So if you forget that third button exists, not only are you screwed, but it's the melee key. And melee is a little unreliable, and you're supposed to get close when half the cast has shotguns, or up close and personal with classes like Pyro. His whole thing is up close and personal. Like starts off with a shotgun and a flamethrower. Two pretty close range weapons. Like the only thing that would be kind of okay getting up close with would be like, I would say Demo Man mostly, because his whole thing is explosives and that would damage him too. But even he also has a melee weapon. So it's a duel, and it can't be Soldier because Soldier has a shotgun. So Medic, I don't really think he's good for new people. My opinions may change as I get better and start to learn, but as of right now, I'm putting Medic in D tier. Now on to Demo Man. I have a lot of things to say about Demo Man. As a new player, I cannot really adjust super well to just only having projectile weapons. He has projectile weapons and he has melee. That's about it. And it is a lot harder to predict like movement of the enemy and have to predict where your projectile is going to go at the same time. Unlike with like just a regular gun where it shows if your cursor is over the enemy, that's a hit until you start shooting in the random spread. But on your first attack, wherever your cursor is, that's where it's shooting. With a projectile, you have to rely on like hitboxes and crap. And as somebody with hundreds of hours in fighting games, I can tell you, those things don't always work out well. The hitboxes can be kind of jank at times, especially in a game like this that is so old that there used to be physical PC copies of it, which hasn't happened in a decade or more. So this is an old game with jank hitboxes, and it's just, it doesn't work out well for us new people. Most of us, or at least me, because maybe I'm just terrible. Maybe my brain just doesn't work right, and I'm just in the world's worst gamer. But I cannot wrap my brain too much around the projectiles. Now, I will say that sometimes, they do come in handy. They do a lot of damage, those pipe bombs and the stickies. So it has a bit of a buffer thanks to splash damage. So that keeps him out of D tier. So I'm going to put him in C tier. Now for the Spy, I will admit I have a lot of fun playing Spy. I am very biased. However, I'm going to try and keep that a bit out of the question because Spy is definitely a tricky class. Like, very difficult, super complicated, and to actually like get good with them, it's tricky. It's tricky. I've watched, I want to say, a dozen tutorials on Spy, just trying to get better at them. And I am still like, man, it's rare for my KD ratio to be in the positives when I play him. He's fun to play, but he's not great to learn fundamentals on. And a lot of his unlocks either take away health which makes it even more unforgiving, or teach you bad habits like the dead ringer, which I'll probably make a video on the dead ringer at some point. I do not like that unlock. But no, Spy, although very fun, is not great for new players. So I'm going to be putting him in D tier. Alright, on to the Pyro. Pyro is a very special character. A lot of his, at least starting off, where us new players are mostly, he is very confined in range, which is very, very tricky to work with. Because if they get you out of range, you're just a sitting duck at that point. Because as somebody that, I'm a new player still, but I have at least 80 Steam hours on the game. I say at least because Steam cannot decide if I have 80 hours or 110 hours. But, I don't really know why Steam decides whether or not 30 hours of my life exist, or rather they can't decide whether or not 30 hours of my life exist. But that's a rant for a different day. But playtime and Steam playtime are two different things. I have more like 15, maybe 20 actual hours, and Pyro used to be my most played class because at one point he seemed very simple. I could spy check, get a couple kills that way, deep fry some fools. But as I learn a bit more, and ever since, the bot crisis ended when I came back, and the people that kind of know what they're doing are back in casual, Pyro really isn't a great option for getting points if you're at low levels like I am. He can be fun to play at times, depending on your strategy, but I don't really feel the joy I once felt. However, he is a nice, easy class to use if you really want to try and play him. The hardest thing that I've had to learn so far is how to air blast, like well-ish, which I can kind of do semi-consistently now, and that adds a bit more skill than just WM1. But for how simple he is, and the somewhat consistency, I'm gonna put him in A tier. And last but certainly not least is the Sniper. Now, I've heard a lot of people really dislike the Sniper because, he holds down angles really well. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think he's all that bad. Is it ideal that I can't play certain angles because he's just there? Not ideal, no. And is it a bit annoying that on 2 Fort, I can't be on the ledge as soldier to try and rocket jump up onto the thing? And if I go to the ground, I'll just get picked off by snipers there too. It's annoying. But Sniper's my second most played class at the moment, only behind Engineer. And I believe that Sniper can be really fun depending on how you play him. Like, over half my time has just been me experimenting with funny little play styles. Like Huntsman. I saw one playing Spy, I saw somebody use Girardi Bushwhacker, and as I start reading on their stats, it seems like a really good combo, so I started using that alongside the Huntsman, and I made a little loadout I have dubbed mid-range, sniper or pusher sniper, because I push the point a lot more with it. But a lot of people hate on sniper for, of course, the locking down angles thing, but also because they don't really like to stay far away from the action. But just like with push-up sniper, you can really do a lot of things with them if you just try out a couple early on unlocks and just experiment with them. Just like with Demo Man, you have the Demo Knight, which, again, Demo Knight's not ideal for your KD, but it's very fun. And I believe similar things about Huntsman Sniper. However, seeing as it's a sniper, like his main is a sniper rifle, and you just have to click on a head and charge it up a bit, I believe it's a bit easier to play than like Demo Knight or Demo or any other class in C or below. So I'm gonna put Sniper in B tier. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about my list in the comments below. Tell me your thoughts. If you want to explain to me why I'm wrong and I should just quit YouTube altogether after my terrible opinions and uninstall the game, you can do that. But if you would like to, like a normal person, explain why I am wrong, or just give me some tips for the game to help me get better, that would be much appreciated. But yeah, that's my tier list. You can, of course, like make your own tier list in the comments below. Like you can order them S to D, however you want to do it. 1 to 9 if you really feel like it. But yeah, that's my list. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.